Hi, I'm Lee Partridge and welcome back to Col TV. It's been a good week for club and country, of course, with the World Cup starting and England's 6-2 result against Iran and our 3-0 win against Doncaster. But it's the matchday show as we take on Bristol Rovers in the Papa John's Trophy here at the JobServe Community Stadium this evening. We'll have pre-match previews from Matt Bloomfield and Tommy Smith. We will take a look at our route through the group stages and the highlights from Saturday's, as I mentioned earlier. Fantastic 3-0, and what goals they were. 3-0 win against Doncaster Rovers. But first, as we mentioned on the last show, the under-18s had a good result in the FA Youth Cup, beating Maidstone 3-0. So let's take a look at those highlights and those goals. Two goals from Sansom Uwande and one from Freddie Price see us into the third round, where we will host either Portsmouth or Cambridge. And of course, we'll keep you up to date with that as and when it's been scheduled. I believe that they play on the 30th of this month. Back to tonight's action then, and Tommy Smith was returning from injury for his first appearance of the season on Saturday. He helped us to 3 points and a clean sheet, and he's looking to continue that into tonight's match. So let's get the thoughts of Tommy on both the weekend's game and ahead of tonight's game against Bristol Rovers.
Tommy, it must be a massive relief to be back out there and playing games.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, since the injury in pre-season, it's been a long road back, but with the help of the medical staff here, I was able to get back, and obviously to mark it with 3 points and a clean sheet after so long out, it was brilliant.
And obviously, for you personally, it must have been frustrating to not be able to do much about the predicament in the club room.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, as captain of the club, you see the tough times we were going through, and there's little you can do about it. You can be a voice and everything, but you want to be out there affecting things on the pitch. So it was tough and frustrating for obviously more than one reason. Obviously, individually, first and foremost, you love playing football, you want to be on the pitch, but obviously to have that impact with the team as well, to not have the influence that you feel that you could have, was tough. But that part and parcel of football. Players get injured all the time. It's about staying mentally strong and just focusing on getting yourself back, but not rushing it and putting yourself back even more weeks. So it took a little bit longer than we originally thought, but we got there in the end.
Yeah, and you got through 90 minutes. Did you get through safely and everything all right with the foot?
Yeah, body's absolutely fine. The foot's good. A little bit of fatigue towards the end of the game, but obviously I haven't played 90 minutes in, I don't think I even played 90 minutes in pre-season either. So since the end of last season, So yeah, brilliant to come through it. The body's absolutely fine, and it'll be good to go again.
Going again might be on Wednesday in the game against Bristol Rovers. A bit of a break from the league.
Yeah, obviously the Papa John's, it's an opportunity for every club that's involved in it to get to Wembley, so we'll obviously be taking that very seriously. We know that Bristol Rovers are a good team, but we fancy ourselves at home against anyone, and we'll be giving it a right good go.
And it's probably a bit of an unknown quantity, because even if you watch Bristol Rovers game on Saturday, there might be wholesale changes for them and for yourselves.
Yeah, but obviously we've now got a manager that's inclusive of everybody. Everybody knows what their jobs and responsibilities are on the pitch, so whoever is selected on Wednesday know what they're going to be doing, and that there's places up for grabs. Obviously, now we've won a game in the league, that gives everyone a bit of confidence as well, so there's always going to be places up for grabs through injury, suspensions coming up, so the lads have to be ready to perform at any given moment.
Yeah, and does it give it a little bit of extra because you're playing against a League One side and League One players?
Yeah, I think it also gives you that little bit of freedom at times as well, to express yourselves against a team that's in a higher division than ourselves. Ultimately that's where we want to be. Obviously it's been a tough road so far this season, but you want to do as well as you can and come up against teams that are better than yourselves and test yourselves and improve. So it'll be a good test for us. Obviously they had a very good season in League Two last year, so we sort of want to emulate them in some ways, but in no way are they unbeatable. We'll be going there and taking the game to them.
So Tommy, clearly a man that's very happy to be back in the thick of it, and he'll be wanting to put in another solid defensive performance for us this evening. Right, let's take a look back at the early stages of this round, because of course we're in the knockout stages, the last 32 of the Papa John's now. But let's take a look back at how Matt Bloomfield's side made it through the early stages of this competition. Our Papa John's Trophy campaign this season kicked off in early September, with the U's hosting Brighton under-21s, the invited Premier League side, in the opening game. And it was an uphill battle from the start, with the Seagulls taking the first half lead in the tie. Osama Ashley's misplaced pass led to Andrew Moran's opener, with the U's needing to work hard to get back into the game. But after a raft of changes in the second half, the home side finally found the breakthrough. Berily Lubabu's long-range effort was parried by the keeper, with Frank Nublet on hand for his first of the season to level the scores. And 3 minutes before full-time, Freddie Sears completed the turnaround. Frank Nublet was denied a second in the game, seeing his effort rebound off the post as Sears arrived to convert and bag us all 3 points. The second game fell into a similar pattern to the first, with the visitors, this time League One Charlton Athletic, taking a first half lead, with Albie Morgan breaking the deadlock in North Essex. And the second half saw a perfect opportunity for the Addicts to double their advantage from the penalty spot, but Sam Hornby was on hand to save well from 12 yards as the U's fight back begun. Tom Eastman reacted quickest from the corner to stab home from a tight angle, with John Akindi completing the comeback. Eastman turned provider this time, launching the ball upfield before John muscled his way through toward goal, picking his spot to give the U's all 3 points and Matt Bloomfield his first win as U's head coach. The final game in Southern Group A for the U's saw them go on the road to Gillingham, needing just a point to qualify. We fell behind, as we had in the first 2 matches, as Lewis Walker nodded home. Bloomfield's side didn't have to wait long to get back into the game though. Before half-time, a mix-up in the penalty area saw John Akindi net his second in as many Papa John Trophy matches. Squeezing the ball in at the near post, the goal was enough to secure at least the point we needed to top the group. The hosts claimed the bonus point on penalties, but Bloomfield's side wouldn't be worried after we took top spot. 3 solid performances there and an unbeaten path to the knockout stages for Matt Bloomfield, and we'll be looking to continue that against League One opposition this evening against Bristol Rovers, with a chance to make it into the last 16. But we caught up with the head coach yesterday at the training ground, and this is what he had to say ahead of tonight's game.
Matt, fantastic win on Saturday, but as always, straight on to the next game, and Wednesday's against Bristol Rovers.
Yeah, nothing changes for us, Gregors. Sat and watched the game back yesterday, clipped it all ready for this morning's review meeting. We do a debrief every Monday, and that won't change. Obviously, we're really pleased with a lot of the elements of the game and aspects that the way we played on Saturday, but still plenty to work on. So we're going over those bits this morning, try and show the good bits we did, but the bits we need to improve on, and keep moving forward, get ready for Wednesday evening.
I presume nothing changes. It doesn't matter that you're playing the League One side any different to a league game in the preparation that you and the players do?
No, it's just another game that we want to win. Obviously, we totally respect Joey and the team and the job that he's done there, getting promoted last year and being so competitive in League One like they are. They've got some really good players, but for us, it is about us. It's about us working on our structure and strategy and how we're going to go about attacking the game. There's plenty we're pleased about from Saturday, so we want to keep those performances moving forward, control what we can control, and that's our structure, our team shape, the way we press, the way we play with the ball as well. So yeah, we just concentrate on those.
Yeah, and does it make it more difficult knowing that most teams in this competition make wholesale changes, and the team that you might have then watched on Saturday or the last league game, it's kind of different, so the analysis has to be a bit more detailed in terms of you might have to know 23 Bristol Rovers players rather than just the 11 that played Saturday?
Yeah, I guess it does, definitely, but at the same time, a manager's philosophy and beliefs in the game and the way they play usually sort of is fairly consistent. So we've watched several of Bristol Rovers games. We know what they've got some real good strengths to their team, which we know all about. So it does make it different because we're expecting that they might change or they might not. Once you get through the group stage, it gets a little bit more serious and people want to keep progressing. So we're no different to that. We want to make sure we go out there and give the best performance that we can, and we know that Joey and his team will be exactly the same.
Yeah. And obviously in the last couple of games you made wholesale changes yourself. Shall we expect more changes again on Wednesday?
Possibly, but possibly not. I think it's no secret that we have made wholesale changes the last couple of games, but we've been pleased with having a little bit more consistency about us the last couple of weeks. Obviously, we were pleased with the performance at Crewe. Only made one change for the game on Saturday against Doncaster, and we'll be looking to keep moving forward.
Obviously, there's a bit of indifference amongst some supporters about this competition, but amongst in the club and the players, they just want to win every game, and we can't forget that there's a trip to Wembley if we get all the way.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're just looking forward to getting one good morning, in us this morning. We got to review Saturday's game against Doncaster and make sure that we do that properly. We can't get too ahead of ourselves. Then on Tuesday we can concentrate solely on Bristol Rovers and what we're going to do in that game. It'll also start this morning with training on the training ground, drip feeding some of that information into the boys, and then we'll have a meeting tomorrow, Tuesday morning, and make sure that they know everything they need to know about Bristol, and we concentrate on the game Wednesday night. That's all that matters to us at this moment in time, Gregors. You know what I'm like in terms of my intensity, the way I want to go about things, mate, and that doesn't change. We're not going to start thinking about where this competition could lead us to. We're literally just thinking about training today, tick that off, get a good day in tomorrow, and then we look forward to the game on Wednesday evening.
Matt said he was thinking about potential changes to his line-up yesterday, and you can see the starting 11 and the subs he's picked over on our socials and our website. That's pretty much it for this evening's show. We don't have a game this weekend, but our under-21s are playing here at the JCS on Saturday. They're taking on Southampton under-21s. Season ticket holders, admission is free. If you're not a season ticket holder, you can still purchase tickets for the game. If you're not going to be coming to that and enjoy the World Cup, there's loads of games going on over the next week or so. We'll be back next week for the midweek show previewing our trip to Mansfield. And also a big congratulations to Colchester, who officially today got the paperwork, the necessary paperwork, so officially become a city as it was handed over to the mayor. So city status for Colchester. So once again, congratulations on that. Right, that's about it from me, but we've got to leave you with those fantastic goals. I think you'll do well to find 3 better goals from any game at any league, anywhere. And of course, those are against Doncaster for our 3-0 win. So we'll leave you with that game, those goals, and we'll see you next week. Have a great week, whatever you're up to. Till then, it's goodbye for now.